for another deep dive. Today we're tackling a question that I think is on a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
We got a listener question
Okay.
asking about crypto mining and if, like a normal person, can actually do it.
Oh, interesting.
We hear all about these like massive mining farms
Right.
with tons of computers and all this energy consumption.
Yeah.
But is it even possible to, mine crypto from home as like a regular person? So let's dive into that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people are curious about this.
Yeah.
When we talk about crypto mining, what exactly are we talking about? Like, what's
Well,
going on there?
Yeah. So break it down for us. Like, what is crypto mining at its core?
So at its core, it's really about solving complex math problems
Yeah.
to verify transactions and add new blocks to the blockchain. And that's how new coins are created and also how the network stays secure.
So it's not like I'm picturing like pickaxes and shovels
No.
and like digging for gold in the backyard. It's more like a computer thing, right?
It's all about computing power.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about using computers to solve these like crazy complex math problems.
Yeah.
And I've heard about these things called ASICs.
Yes.
Are those involved?
Absolutely. Those are like, think of them as specialized computers or like super powered calculators
Okay.
designed just for mining.
Wow.
And they can just crunch numbers way faster than your laptop could ever even dream of.
Right, so that's why we have these mining farms, right?
Exactly.
They've got warehouses full of these ASICs.
Yeah.
And they're just churning away.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's a pretty big barrier to entry if you're just like a regular person
It is a big barrier to entry, yeah.
trying to mine from home.
Yeah.
So what are like the main factors that make it so challenging for someone to just mine on their own?
So you hit the nail on the head. Those ASICs, they are expensive.
Mhm.
So there's a big upfront cost. And then the electricity bills
Yeah.
to run those things are just enormous.
I can imagine.
So you've got those two things. And then you're also competing
Yeah.
with these massive operations
Right.
that have way more computing power than you do.
So it's like I'm trying to enter a bicycle in the Indy 500 or something.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's a tough game.
Okay, so that dream of like striking it rich mining Bitcoin from my basement
Yeah,
is probably not realistic.
that's a long shot.
But I've heard about this thing called cloud mining.
Yes.
Is that a more accessible option for people?
Potentially? Yeah. So with cloud mining, you're essentially renting computing power
Okay.
from a company that has their own mining farms.
So they got the setup.
Exactly.
Well, they're
Yeah.
just kind of like
Yeah.
piggybacking on there.
Renting a little slice of it. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it lowers that barrier to entry because you don't have to buy the expensive hardware.
Right.
You don't have to deal with the electricity bills.
Sounds pretty tempting.
Oh,
Are there any downsides to that, though?
Well, yeah. I mean, like with anything in the crypto world, there are always things to watch out for. Yeah.
So one big one is scams.
Oh, right.
There are a lot of shady cloud mining companies out there.
Mm-hmm.
They might promise you like these crazy returns
Yeah.
that are just too good to be true.
Got it.
Or they might just disappear with your money altogether.
Right.
You also have to consider the fees that they charge
Okay.
and then just the volatility of crypto prices in general.
Yeah.
If the value of the coin you're mining plummets, you could end up losing money.
So it's not a guaranteed path to riches by any means,
Definitely not.
but it could be a way to kind of get your feet wet
Yeah.
without having to make that huge investment up front.
It's a way to participate. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are there any other options for someone who's like interested in mining, but maybe doesn't have a ton of technical expertise?
Sure. So another popular option is joining a mining pool.
Okay.
And this is where you team up with other miners.
Uh-huh.
You combine your computing power together
Okay.
and then you share the rewards.
So it's kind of like it's like a lottery syndicate.
Oh, I like that.
Your chances of winning go up,
Right.
but you have to split the pot if you do win.
Got it. Makes sense. Strength in numbers. And then
Exactly.
there's this whole other category of cryptocurrency that I've heard about too. Something about proof of stake.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, proof of stake, or POS, is a totally different approach to securing a blockchain.
Oh,
Instead of relying on all that energy-intensive mining that we've been talking about,
right.
POS uses a system where users stake their coins
Okay.
to validate transactions.
Interesting.
So think of it like putting up collateral to show that you have skin in the game.
So instead of solving these complex math problems,
Yeah.
you're basically just like,
You're putting your money where your mouth is.
exactly. Yeah.
And the cool thing about POS is that it's so much more energy efficient
Oh, wow.
than traditional mining. We're talking a potential reduction in energy consumption
Wow.
by over 99%.
That's amazing.
It's a huge difference.
Yeah. That's a big deal. So it sounds like there are definitely some more accessible options out there.
Yeah, definitely.
But even if I could mine crypto, should I?
That's a really good question.
Are there other factors to consider?
There are definitely other things to think about because mining, even in those more accessible forms, does come with risks and ethical considerations.
So what are some of the things that people should be weighing?
Well, we already talked about the environmental concerns, especially for those proof-of-work cryptocurrencies that rely on a lot of energy.
And then there's the volatility issue, too.
Exactly. Crypto prices can fluctuate wildly.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not a get-rich-quick scheme.
It's definitely a gamble.
It is.
So it sounds like if you're thinking about getting into crypto mining, you need to do your research.
Absolutely.
Weigh the costs, weigh the risks, the potential rewards, and even think about the environmental impact.
Yeah. Be an informed decision maker.
Yeah. All right. So, dear listener, we've taken a deep dive into the world of crypto mining.
We have.
From those massive farms to the more accessible options for regular folks.
Right.
Now it's your turn. What are your takeaways? What possibilities or concerns stand out to you?
Yeah.
Let us know, and keep in mind that this is just the start of the journey.
Yeah.
Keep exploring, keep learning.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe you'll be mining your own crypto someday.
Maybe.
All right. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Yeah, this was fun.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.